next house I want to present to you, actually, we've got quite a unique home because this is actually situated on a farm. So this farm is actually many, many hectares in size, and we are unrestricted by any restraints that you have from your boundaries or building lines or height restrictions or anything like that. So in here, we were really able to expand on the boundaries of what a normal residence would look like. And actually what we did is we almost designed like a palace atmosphere in this particular home. So the driveway is actually around turning circles and stuff as you get closer to the home. So you get selected views of the home as you approach, but you don't approach the home axially. So you actually drive around the home and you get various views of the home as you move around it. So it challenges us to do a home which is three-dimensionally visible from all sides, and it has to look appealing from all sides because you will be seeing it from all the sides as you approach. And then from there, we actually tackled the design of the home, which we did in a cluster scenario, because we have multiple residences. We've got a main residence, and then we have two children's residences, which are also positioned on the same property. And we wanted to do them in an area where they are closer together, but they interact with each other in a way where they have privacy, but visually they interact with each other because they have the certain style that we have gone with. And I'll explain to you exactly how we did that with courtyards and axial effects, etc. To explain to you what a courtyard is and how we actually work with that concept. So a courtyard is generally an open space which could be either in front of a residence or it could be within a residence, and it's generally an open space where one could look into that area, and it actually is a congregation point either for people, or it could be for cars, or it could be for planting, or there are very many different ways that one can actually utilize that courtyard. So you could use it for vehicles as a turning circle, you could use it as an atrium inside a residence, or you can use it inside a residence as a courtyard where spaces connect to each other via that particular space. So what we did in this particular residence is we designed it almost like a palace. Because we have got that luxury of space, we actually designed it with different courtyards. So in the front we have a drop-off area, which is a courtyard. So as you approach it, you approach the house centrally, and we've done it's not a symmetrical design, but it's a balanced design. So even though it is not symmetrical, because symmetrical would require it to be exactly the same and central and axial, and there's many elements that one would require, where on this we're just trying to create a balance so that when you enter, you've got the two garages on the side, you enter into that almost like a foyer stroke courtyard in the front, and then we have a turning circle that goes around a porte-cochere, a covered drop-off area at the entrance, which we love to do with our larger homes, and also it creates a very stately, almost like a hotel-like feel when you enter and you arrive at your destination. In this home, we've got a centralized entrance where your views are actually drawn through to the opposite side of the residence, actually through into that, let's call it a courtyard on the opposite side, where we've done a linear water feature that actually draws your eye into the landscape, because we've got the luxury of space here and we've got views of the distant area. And that axial and water feature actually becomes a centralized point where the other homes that we have designed actually looks into that area as well. So they have a view onto that same area, although they have privacy because they're approximately 50 meters apart actually, with that water feature that runs through the center that actually balances the entire development. So when you look at it, it's kind of like a courtyard with homes on three sides of that, with opening up onto the landscape. With this particular home, the client had a particular brief. They actually wanted curves into the facade of the house. So they wanted outside of the residence to have some curves, and that's exactly what we did here. So we didn't want to have too round a curve, so it's just a very lazy type of a round curve that we've utilized just on some of our primary spaces. So we've used it on the lounge, we've used it on the study, we've used it in the entrance. So just selectively we have used it, and it's actually spread through the house so that when you look at it, it doesn't dominate the house, but you get a view of it as you approach. You can see that there are curves that are coming out, and when you look at the home from the opposite side, you see the curves also. So just softening the lines of the home, because it is quite a large home and it creates quite a unique appeal from the outside, especially because these spaces are double volume in most of the cases, so you get that rounded shape that actually comes out at you very clearly when you're standing in front of the space. The concept of softening the outside with a curve is because if you do just square lines, the lines become very blocky and rectangular from the outside, and it's a very usual type of look that you get to a home because many architects design it just as a square residence, where in this particular case with us doing the curves, it actually softens that line and you don't get that acute angles as you get with the more boxy shape of design that you usually get. Something which is very exciting in this particular home is that we have done a very, very large indoor swimming pool. So the indoor swimming pool is actually a lap pool, and with us loving to do swimming pool designs and all of these things associated with swimming pools, we have got chairs that are inside of the water, we have got a jacuzzi which is inside that area, we have got a lounge, we've got a bar, we've got a pool table in there. And something very nice that we did in this particular one is we raised the level of your swimming pool area to make it a double volume space so that it's very open, very light. And also we have introduced skylights across the swimming pool, so you get that feeling as if you're outside because you've got that very lofty space. And we'll share with you what that looks like in our 3Ds. And also what we've done in this particular area is we've done a gym that overlooks that space from the top. So using that double volume, we have done a gym in the one section over our lounge and bar and bathroom areas that actually look over the swimming pool. So if you're on the treadmill or bicycle, you're actually looking out onto the space. It's nice and bright, and it'll be absolutely amazing. So something which is also very nice that we did with this is because we've got our part of our entertainment area in that area, because we've got the staircase going up there, we actually utilized the rooftop of the double volume of the swimming pool as an extension of our entertainment space, where we have done a roof garden on that area, where you can actually sit on the top of that rooftop area and look out into the landscape, as you would actually be looking out over your own lot, because we have so much space in the landscape. In that space, we've got umbrellas. We didn't do any fixed structure in there, but we've done umbrellas and things that you can utilize and open in that space, with a bar area that you can sit and use it as a entertainment area on the outside of the house. Although we don't have interior renders of this, the entrance is actually very spectacular. As you enter into a double volume space, obviously looking through onto that feature that goes to the outside, similar to the Hollywood Boulevard that we spoke about. And then in that area, we've got a staircase that actually sweeps up to the top. We've got a lift we've got a glass lift in that space, so you can look all the way around as you actually go up the lift. And then right adjoining to that, we actually have a double volume dining area. So the lift actually almost goes up in a double volume, and you can view in all directions as you go up. And that, together with the bridges and things that we've done there, it will be a spectacular entrance. On the video that we've done, we'll show you exactly how we actually planned and laid this out, so that you can understand what the concept that we were trying to create, giving privacy but giving security, creating some order where we structure the design on the layout, so that when you look at it, everything works together, it flows together, but it works independently. It'll be great to get your comments on what you think about the layout and how we've positioned it together, and maybe give us some feedback on that. And then if you liked what you see, please like, subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you on the next review.